Hello, um, Happy New Year in advance. But I just want to give a short, brief discussion and provide a theory on why we are very poor and backward people. We are very poor and backward people because we are a people that have lost good taste of good people. We don't know good people anymore because since many of us were growing up in that poverty-stricken country, Sierra Leone, all what we've seen are the most horrible, uselessly horrible people who became leaders of our society. And we saw the standards they set for themselves, for the country. Today, what the typical Sierra Leonean know is about destroying their own laws, destroying their environment. If you give anybody an opportunity in that particular country today, they will do the same thing the others have done. So, societies that are progressive today, societies that are shifting the development apparatus to better off their people, are societies that have the following features. Number one, great leadership. These societies have great leadership that sets good standard for themselves first. Because if you want to be a leader, you got to set the standards. You got to ensure that the laws of the society work for everybody. And these are societies that set great standard for themselves. The leaders set great standard for themselves and the society in general. And there's another feature of conformity. When standards are set, laws are made, everybody conform. These are societies that understand unwritten rules. There are certain things that are not written in the books, but it's about how we behave and how we mold each other. We look at great countries like Rwanda, we look at Singapore, we look at other developing countries that have made a difference in their lives. It tells you one story, that these societies are not only pragmatic, their leaders set good standard for themselves, they actually hold their law supreme. Nobody is above the law. We've had instances where people like Paul Kagame have set examples within his own administration, punishing his own men and women to show great examples to those who are not his friends. We've seen John Magufuli done that. And in terms of in Western societies, this is just a natural phenomenon. Nobody is above the law in the West. That is why these societies are planned societies. And it's not that people don't break the law, but people understand the consequences of breaking the law. Driving with speed, drink driving, or there's nothing you can do to break the law in a Western society that does not come with serious consequences. But because we are a people who are a very simple-minded, I just don't understand how to describe us. We're just so simple-minded. We just don't care about these things. That is why we are backward and we are poor. You look at Western societies where many of you find yourselves today. There are a lot of things you cannot do in the Western society. If you are a 50-year-old man, you wouldn't be running after an 18-year-old girl in America or in Australia, in Europe. But you can do it in your own country. That is one reason why you are poor. That is one reason why your society is backward. Because you can do that shit thing in your God-forsaken country, of which you cannot do in blessed societies like you find yourselves in the West. So here is the catch. How can we have leaders who themselves are the first person to break their own laws? Why? Because certain members within their party or their tribe or their region or their families have actually been found wanting for the law. So these leaders will come and twist the law again to favor a particular person. And these useless sorry, these useless leaders we elect in Sierra Leone, I mean, don't even understand that they have the mandate of millions of people. Instead, they create favoritism, they create tribalism, they break their own laws to suit their own convenience. Well, at the end of the day, how do you think we can grow, and what kind of society do we want for ourselves? Because of all these I've actually explained, that is why today our laws are not respected, our institutions are broken down, our services are out of date. It is because we have a society where the leaders that make their own laws are the very ones that break the laws. Now let me just conclude. Somebody asked me a few days ago to say, Sulaiman, what do you think we can do to end corruption and actually shift Sierra Leone? After having discussed all the potentials that Sierra Leone has to offer, that we can make money. And I didn't mention nothing about mines, nothing about mineral resources. If I am a leader of Sierra Leone, I will not even talk about mineral resources, because mineral resources are nothing. But I will concentrate on the features that Sierra Leone have to change and transform that nation forever. But the person was trying to ask me, how can we actually change corruption, and how can we change this attitude around? And I responded to that person. I said, look, I have a lot of hope. I am gracious about this. I have a lot of hope for Sierra Leone. I have a strong conviction that Sierra Leone will be one of the most prosperous nations in Africa, until only Sierra Leone will be the most prosperous nation in Africa, only, O-N-L-Y, only if we have the kind of leader that will come and model good examples, respect the laws of our societies, and set standards first for himself or herself before you actually set standards for people. That is when Sierra Leone will change. Only that. Forget about the kind of formula you use to end corruption. No. You want to end corruption in Sierra Leone, start from yourself. Start measuring up. Start showing the examples, and others will follow. And this person said, well, how? Because Sierra Leoneans are stubborn. I say, hang on a minute. I know Sierra Leoneans have the highest IQ you can find in so many parts of West Africa. Sierra Leoneans are the only people who can actually talk in a foreign language with the exact accent of that foreign language. I've actually tested it with Nigerians. Nigerians can live in Australia over 35 years but will never be able to talk exactly like an Australian. If I wanted to, I would be able to polish my phonetics and everything to talk exactly like yours. That is the Sierra Leonean thing. Because we are a people that can imitate anything in the world, from fashion, from the way people talk, think, and all those things. Sierra Leoneans are really great imitators, and they can imitate the things to look exactly like it is. That is a great opportunity for us. That is a great asset that we have. So the day Sierra Leone will have a great leader, a leader like the John Magufuli or the Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, that came and set great standards and ensure that the laws of our society is supreme, nobody is above the law, and ensure that this person is not tribalistic, regionalistic, and this person is au fait with world issues and understand how to shift a country, understand how to model simplicity, hard work, ethics, and sort of model good examples. Every Sierra Leonean, male, female, children, youth, will follow this great leader. But for now, we only have the world's most useless imbeciles. When you call a name like Marabio, I will throw up. When you call a name like Anis by Koroba, I will nearly pee my pants. When you call a person like Ahmed Jakaba, I will throw up. When you call a person like Valentine Strasser, I will weep. When you call this useless Marabio, I will throw up on my food. When you call Joseph Saido Momo, you are actually killing yourselves. These are the fucking assholes that created the rot and the mess, model, rotten behavior, womanizing, stealing, thieving, created a conclave, how do you call it, tribalism, all this nonsense. They were the first. From Joseph Saido Momo to Valentine Strasser to Marabio to Tijan Kaba to Anis by Koroba to Mares Bio again, and all these motherfuckers, they actually brought bad examples. They were the womanizers, they were the thieves of the society. They stole, they twisted the laws to favor their relatives and their societies and friends. And friends. Every damn thing that was so wrong, they did. And that's exactly what the Sierra Leoneans followed. That is why our country is backward. Because we don't have the great leader to model great examples to turn things around. So that is my hope about Sierra Leone. We have to pray to God that God gives us an opportunity to understand good taste like the Liberians have done. The Liberians understood good taste. They could have voted somebody else, but they have good taste because they have developed people. They realized that John Dwyer, even though he did not have the political potentials, the potential to govern or to rule, but he is decent. He had been an international superstar, not like a useless asshole who grew up in the village, backward village tyrant, where they did not show him any love in Tihu, did not go to school early, born of a dad that had almost 30 children. This is the kind of nasty we've been into. And you have this useless Southeastern Mendekisi people who are so stupid, majority of them, and thinking that was a better thing to do. Now it has created backwardness and make us look like natives. Well, the Liberians had good taste. They elected George Weah, although he did not perform. 5 years after 5 years, they asked him out. But here was a guy who is a multi-millionaire. He's actually played European soccer. He's won, he's lost, he's won, he's lost. He's won the Golden Boot, Golden Ball. He's still got so much money. His son is a professional footballer. This is the Liberians' good taste. Because Liberians have good taste and they are much more advanced people than us. To show, this is how white people judge you. You are judged by the conditions of your society. It's not about the fucking way you look or how much you dress. Nobody give a fuck about your degree or your fucking dress or your fucking way you look. It's about where you come from and what it looks like. Today, I would say Liberians are much more advanced than us because they are decent people. They have not killed people these 5 years. They have not cannibalized like what we've done in Sierra Leone. Now they asked the same guy out again. He graciously did that because he knew how to win and lose. He's a multi-millionaire. He has interacted in decent societies where our useless Marabio, a bastard who would spend just years languishing himself in a council property in London, which so many people know. How did you fucking Southeastern Mendekisi people think this was a better choice? Because you are all backward, native, primitive people who have no taste. You have no taste because you are fucking tribalistic clans. And look at the nasty. You are even having more hunger in your regions in the southeast. Today you are much more hungry than every place on that particular in that particular country. But you still don't give a fuck. Well, the Liberians, that is how they class them today as much more advanced, civilized people because they've got good taste and see the result of their good taste. Good transition for the first time, having a president and a and the incoming leader the outgoing president and the incoming leader taking the same motorcade to go and have a transition. It is one of the greatest things ever seen. Even Nigeria is ashamed of them. All these other useless West African countries that have fucked up democracy, including Sierra Leone, are burying their head in shame. But Sierra Leone, because we don't have good taste and we put useless people that have no fucking shame, the thing that worries me about Sierra Leoneans is we have no fucking shame. We continue to become self-destructive people and we have no fucking shame. We're not ashamed. We need to people that we get one fucking shame. Because the Sierra Leonean, their behaviors, their comportment in public space, even in countries where they have worked, people have worked hard to change these societies for a better. We can come and pollute these societies, create all kind of nasty. We have no fucking shame. That's it. Look at how we've done, what we've done to ourselves. While Nigerians are enjoying a super transition, we shameless majority, I'm not talking about those who are the real Democrats, those who fought hard in this election are not part of this. I'm talking about the useless majority Southeastern, Mende, Kisik, Kono, Shabro people that have no shame to see this disgraceful tyrant creating mess for himself, because he's never going to fucking go scot-free with this one. He knows that. Many of you fuckers know that. Because, I mean, if I'm lying, why was, I mean, during 2000, the SLPP Defense Minister Sam Hinganoma was arrested while in office for war crimes. But you guys, you're so stupid, you're easily to forget. You have no shame. We have no shame because we cannot choose good leader. We always choose the tyrant, the imbeciles, the native, poverty-stricken people with poverty background. And Madabio is telling you what poverty looks like. He was born in poverty. He grew up in poverty. He had no international engagement or, you know, or nothing he did like what George Weah, who understands the world, went through. Now we are stuck with this fucking asshole, this poverty-stricken ass who continues to create the worst thing for himself. And you have Mende people like Joseph Samuel going around and making he's so stupid, failed his exams in IPAM, failed throughout, and these are people you think you can listen to, who don't even fucking have no fucking shame, don't even have a brain. Well, if we are so poor, it is because we gravitate towards poverty, useless people, poverty, bigots, Bokutok people, we don't get nothing. That is why Saloma they fool me Bokutok today. Because as you all begin to say, hey, shut the fuck up. Look your country first hide. Today, they are telling these bastards and not only go and mess the whole fucking thing. If I tell you what happened to your airport, the old airport, they've cutted everything inside. These fuckers that have no shame in that country. They have looted that old airport. Now the new airport, apart from us being the country that charges the highest airport taxes in the world to travel to Sierra Leone, today they've added $25 in and outward flight. These are people that have no fucking brains. That is why Sierra Leone possibly waste my time. I don't waste my time per Saloma. And the waste man don't waste time per we. As you hope you phalanges for talk Bokura and they say shut the fuck up. Look you nasty country full of hepatitis and nasty venereal diseases and all kind of nonsense we don't put ourselves. Plus bad leadership, plus poverty, degrading circumstances, people still in election. All kind of nasty we have. Some of us should be burying our head in shame today, given our circumstances today, because that is what defines who you are. It's not about the fucking dress or how much PhD you get. Nobody give a fuck. Nobody fucking give a fuck. At the end of the day, they say shut the fuck up. Where do you come from? Sierra Leone. That is what you are defined. That much I know. Goodbye.